Principal, the Shetkari Shikshan Mandal's Padma Bhushan Vasantdada Patil Institute of Technology, Bowdhan, Pune. The institute is affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune, and approved by All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi. Well, I am here with some specific talk, basically. A specific talk which is related with this current situation of COVID-19. And there's a question related to the educational sector. Okay, what is going to be visionary part in the future? So today I am going to have a technical talk, rather, I would like to say, on a topic, the technical education ecosystem in 2020 and 2021. Just to elaborate more, I would like to go ahead with my presentation, that is on PowerPoint. Well, so technical education ecosystem, it's a generalize a very big question mark in front of the, I can say, students, parents, then other stakeholders, and including the institution, the management, the teachers, and everyone is basically having lots of questions. Now, this question has been arised because of several, I can say, impacts. So I can just say, what are the impacts? Right now, we are under the COVID-19 pandemic. So impact of this COVID-19 pandemic on technical education ecosystem can be elaborated in this way. Okay, we can see all the major examinations related to the engineering, admission, medical, law, agriculture, fashion design, or any other, they have been postponed. So ultimately, that is leading to anxiety to various parents and other stakeholders. What the other major impact has been observed, it is means in turn has already started the ringing alarm bell, particularly to various universities, self-financing engineering colleges, or maybe polytechnics. I can also include any particular sector which is a self-financing in nature. Now, this lockdown is uncertain, and we can't say how and when it is going to we are going to free from this lockdown. So it led various uncertainties, like the examination cycle, which is a mostly hampered. All universities are forced to take decision related to non-conduction of examinations. UGC guidelines are there, AICT guidelines are there. Means there are many chaotic situations are going on in this current COVID-19, I can say, scenario. Possible impacts, if we can briefly describe, yes, obviously the institutions will feel crunch in terms of admission. The admission impact could be realized. Obviously, there are many branding parts associated with the admission, like National Institution Ranking Framework, NIRF, then accreditation, NBA, accreditation by NAC. So those institutions who are having a good grades, maybe they are likely to survive, not 100% likely to survive. But the other institution, they are likely to fail the crunch, having some lower grades and all these things. So obviously the impact on admission can be realized. Then impact on the placement, those who are already the pass out students who are going out of, means after completion of their degree. Related to the placement, yes, obviously it is also going to have impact or adverse effect on their placements also. Impact on higher class admissions, like from first year to second year, second to third, third year to B, or maybe to particular. Even those students and the parents are also in confusion state of mind when to take admission, when the college will start, and all these things. Impact on higher studies. This is another segment where the students, after completion of their degree or maybe after their diploma, they are going for the higher studies and education. So even the future of those institutions, it is also be a question mark in front of them. Impact on salaries, yes, the negative effect of this COVID-19 is resulting in the salary and the reversal of salary, or maybe any other type of situation where the management is forced to take some decisions, maybe crucial decisions rather. Then the impact on the job market, ultimately whatever the open opportunities were available in the market, so those opportunities are likely to be vanished. Then impact on other activities which generally students are performing, like extracurricular, co-curricular activities. Since it is necessary that social distancing is there, plus institutes are not yet open, colleges are yet not open. So this is also going to have an adverse impact on that. Impact on maintaining this social distancing is also one of the not easy task now, it's a challenging task. Even the institute starts to reopen, then keeping this social distancing parameter and all these things, that will also be a big question or it may be a challenging task. Finally, the impact on safety and hygiene. This could be one of the other issue which is also associated with this COVID-19. But we cannot forget, if these are some negative or positive type of impact, there is a possibility of positive impacts also. How this? Positive impact means I can say there is a generalized term STEAM as a mechanical engineer, and we are using this word STEAM. But here the STEAM has a different meaning classification. Whereas STEAM, STEAM stands, S stands for the science, T stands for technology, E stands for engineering, A stands for arts, and M stands for the mathematical model. Why these five terms I am telling? Yes, there is always potential. We can't say that these things are going, means certainly there is any full stop to this thing. So if anyone is thinking in this direction, then ultimately he is likely to have benefit. I would like to say the startup is the new concept. Last year, 12% startups have been under the government scheme, on the prime minister schemes, or the state government's part. They have been given the motivation and financial supports. So this year, if the students or any entrepreneur is having a good or innovative idea, so this 12% figure is likely to rise to 25% or even higher to that. What ultimately is there? It is based upon the online businesses. We'd already heard about the online shoppings. So ultimately, the online businesses could be the one of the solution, which can include various service sector, manufacturing sectors, and all other things. Pharmaceutical companies and medicinal based, whatever the production or supporting, I can say, activity to build up to boom this pharmaceutical or medicinal business, that could be an opportunity. Technology and skill transfer, that can be termed, could be a boon for few person who are having the expertise into this field. And obviously the consultancy part. Consultancy is related to specific tailor-made consultancies, like a niche manufacturing or tailor-made manufacturing. Or generally what happened when we are having what type of trouble and troubleshooting, I would like to say. So this could be the things. If one can adopt, then we can say there is a positive impact of this COVID-19. Now, I would like to say, if we speak about the technical education or academic system, then one thing, as a phrase, I would like to say that online education is here to stay. Yes, there is a no escape from the online education. We are forced to go for the online teaching, online learning. There are many things associated. Mostly, most of the students and most of the teachers have already engaged with the online or virtual classrooms. So ultimately, online teaching in academics is likely to be reduced. So it is, although I can say just a traditional approach of classroom teaching, it is a bit different into that. There are many debates, which one is better and which one is having upper hand. But I am not taking this issue here in this talk. But online education is there, and one has to go with this online education system. There is no escape from this. You can use various digital platforms, and these digital platforms can provide you that upper hand. So just a simple smart classroom, which was previously expected from a teacher, is likely to be converted into the virtual smart classrooms by using these online learning platforms. Obviously, these online platforms are using video conferencing tools. Mostly, many teachers have been already used. There are so many platforms are available. I am having this list in my presentation. A few are banned recently in India, like Zoom application is likely to ban because of Chinese application and other thing. But all these platform teachers in trial and error experimentation, some advantages, some disadvantages. They are trying to adopt this technology for delivering this particular platform. Video-based learning, yes, this could be associated. It is a buzzword. You can say there are around 22 billion daily video shows, Snapshot, Facebook, YouTube, You can name n number of, there are video learnings on this thing. It was previously associated with, I can say, various segments like entertainment segment, knowledge segment, then food-based learning segments, or maybe the skill-based learning segments, any other thing related to that. Even a person having his own creativity, like a video he's preparing and he's putting it to the YouTube so that one can visualize. Now, this particular segment is likely to come as a buzzword to the academic sector. Video-based learning. Video-based learning is very important tool. Android-based applications are there. Many institutions are using the LMS system, Moodles or MOOC type of courses nowadays to have the learning through this video-based, I can say, video-based learning they are going to provide to the students. Then social media is ultimately, social media is the ultimate priority nowadays. Any age group, maybe he is a teenager, maybe old age, everyone is having a space to the social media. There are many social medias. However, the mostly preferred or mostly popular are Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, and messengers, and that list is having n numbers. This social media platform was basically related to providing insight, like individual identity, I would like to say. Now, this social media platform is taking a bigger height because of this COVID-19. One can say the businesses are simple. Instead of marketing, they are going with the digital marketing. Same with the academic institution. Whatever the courses you are taking, whatever the initiative you are taking, if it is likely to be shared on the social media, it will help you in brand development, brand positioning, and all other things. So social media could be the one of the, I can say, the next generation part, which will come with the big leap or big picture. Now, new technological aid, obviously, when we speak about the online teaching, that is not just a conducting a lecture. Online learning or digital content development is one of the biggest challenge nowadays. But however, as a patient learner, a teacher can put himself in very positive mindset to learn all these things. There are many things which we can add as a teaching aid, like gamification technique, cloud technology, big data, and artificial intelligence. So just would like to brief about these things. Gamification, the game changer, yes, it is very important. It is a motivational part. Gamification techniques are intended to, I can say, bring up the motivation. Gamification in the academic sector can act as a simulation, like the student can do the experimentation prior to attending the actual experimentation without the, means I can say, failure part. So this could help in the student, even for the learning part, for the understanding part, means getting someone to be inactive, to convert into an active one. So obviously this could be the teaching aid which can be used with the online teaching. Cloud computing, yes, cloud technology nowadays, it is a picking up pace with academic data online, video tutorials, video lectures. Then the students are flexible to fetch up data or fetch up anything from the cloud. If any lecture has been missed, the student want to see at home, yes, he can take the help of this cloud-based technology. We can even club the video messaging applications along with the cloud-based learning. Some live sessions we can also conduct so that student can put a query by means of chats, by means of audio conferencing, by means of video conferencing. So that help can be taken. Big data is a very, I can say, good or big word itself. It's knocking the door nowadays in this online education system. With respect to technical education, there are many technical ingredients. Like on screen, you are finding the 6 V's of big data, which starts from the volume and it goes to and related to the vulnerability and values and all these things. But in terms of educational sector, I would like to say the big data is related with assessment in general. Like in accreditation process, you had already identified the students belonging to maybe the average learner, weak learner, or maybe strong learners, or all these types of categories. So the big data is basically related with the assessment tool in terms of examination, in terms of conduction of tests, most of the assessment we can do. And one very important, or I can say benefit of this, that we can segment the students as per like average learning, weak learning, strong learning. We can have these clusters, and according to these clusters, a teacher can provide them the required education or required inputs to them. Then coming up with the artificial intelligence, which is the next word, it is everywhere. One cannot say that artificial intelligence, yes, it is now existing in every, I can say every sector, medicinal sector, pharmaceutical sector, agriculture sector, aviation sector, even now in education sector. We are going to take the help of this artificial intelligence. Research and development, testing, skill development, knowledge transfer, everything is possible by using this artificial intelligence, which can extend beyond to machine learning, which can also extend beyond to blockchain management. All these things are possible by using this artificial intelligence. What is the major benefit? It is going to bridge the gap between the teaching and learning process. So obviously you are aware the students who are attending the classrooms are focusing on what written on the blackboard. But in online teaching, just to focus on the screen, it's not an easy job. So the variation in different techniques, that is also necessary. Unless and until you have to put some ingredients so that this recipe can become a very tasty or very popular recipe. Artificial intelligence can help you in multi choices, and obviously more advanced assessment is also possible by using this artificial intelligence. Some tough subjects or maybe numerical subject like in engineering, we are having mathematical subjects, numerical based subjects, which is not easy to explain just theoretically. So by using these artificial intelligence techniques and all these things also, it is possible to provide good inputs to the students. So I think this could be the one of my talk associated with this. Uh, Obviously, all the teachers, I just want to give them a message. Don't panic. Obviously, we are learners. We are not teachers. So keep learning continuously. Because if you are going to learn yourself, making yourself perfect, then obviously you are going to provide such type of inputs, or those inputs are converted into the output in terms of the students, and students' knowledge they are going to gain. So yes, all the best. All the best to all the teachers. And this could be one of my talk related to the technical education ecosystem in this COVID year and maybe the forthcoming year. Thank you. Thank you very much.